Hello everyone, it is Monday. That means it's time for my weekly draft video, and as you can see the draft is already firing. This time I'm actually going to remember to make this the right size. There we go. Okay. Interesting. So Blood Rage Brawler's pretty good. Quarry Hauler's solid, but it's probably just Magma Spray. It's just a really good removal spell. It kills a lot of creatures in this format. Aggro is really popular in this format, and it's really good against them. Blood Rage Brawler is obviously a good aggro creature, so is Nefcrop and Tangler, but yeah, I think we just take Magma Spray here. Okay, Bone Picker is what I'm looking at immediately. And yeah, I think that's what we're going to go with. Bone Picker is just a good creature, can trade for anything, and sometimes only costs 1 black mana, so Bone Picker it is. I do like Greater Sandworm in okay amount. The red cards in here aren't worth like taking to try to stay open, because neither of them are great. So Bone Picker it is. Okay, probably just Splendid Agony here. I could think about Thresher Lizard, but I'd rather have removal yet again. So that's what I'm going to go with here. Thresher Lizard's a decent red card, though. Okay, well, Dispossess is black, but it is terrible. So we're not going to be taking that. This pack isn't great in general. I think Devoted Cropmate's probably the best card, and that's what I'll take. There's nothing good black or red in here. I mean, I could take a Hyena pack, but Devoted Cropmate's enough better that I'll just take it. Okay. Well, these two red cards are nothing special. There's a goodish green card in here in Hooded Brawler. So I'm kind of thinking of leaning into green here. Just seeing what happens, because Hooded Brawler is probably just the best card in this pack. You know, Catcher's Name's okay, but especially if we end up black-white, but I'll take the Brawler. Okay, Gideon's Intervention isn't bad, but it's not great either. I think I'm going to take a Bitterblade Warrior here, because green continues to look decently open. Okay, well, then there's this pack, which has nothing in it. Wandering Death is okay. I might just take Winged Shepherd, though. I like cycling and a decent late-game body. Wandering Death, cycling, and decent late-game value as well. But I think I'm going to take the Shepherd. We're sort of all over the place, but we'll find what lane we want. Okay, there's a pretty late Desert Cerodon. Those who serve is good, too. I'm going to take the Cerodon here, though. Well, should I do that? Should I try to start focusing on one color? Maybe I should. Yeah, let's do that. Would be nice to play this Magma Spray, but it seems unlikely at this point. Even though the Cerodon made it all the way around, we've seen hardly any good red. We've just seen a lot of Hyenas. Okay, well, Wayward Servant made it all the way back to us. That's a really, really good indicator that Black-White's open. We've seen multiple Inno Catcher's names in Late Wander and Deaths. Let's take Wayward Servant and move into a zombie deck. I think that's the biggest, clearest sign we've had, and there's a Those Who Serve to further bolster that decision. Like Those Who Serve a lot more than Sacred Cat. I don't like Sacred Cat at all, really. I would probably play it in this deck if I needed more playables, just because it can be a zombie. Especially if we end up with some more zombie synergy other than just this guy. Which seems likely, since the deck's open enough that Wayward Servant just wheeled to us. Although, to be fair, there are, like, I think I would take Binding Mummy over Wayward Servant. It's a zombie synergy that I think is even better, but Wayward Servant's good and should indicate that getting more zombies and zombie synergy shouldn't be that hard for us. You're just a bird, right? Yes. And another Those Who Serve, sure. This card is, I mean, it's nothing exciting, but in the zombie deck, it's a 3-drop you're happy to have. It's just a 2/4. I mean, those stats are actually make it able to block a lot of things in this format. Like Painted Bluffs. It's not good fixing, but it's worth taking fixing over some random thing. And I'm not going to play Trespasser's Curse, or even 2 of them, but let's take them. Okay, so I don't know. Black at the same time doesn't seem ultra open, so we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be open enough, but we'll see. White seems wide open. So my secondary color doesn't have to be ultra open, but I would definitely like to pick up, you know, Lords of the Accursed or Binding Mummies. Well, here's a pretty good card for us. Wipes the board of the biggest creatures, and then in the late game I can get a bunch of creatures back from my graveyard. No zombie synergies here we're giving up. Compulsory Rest is a good removal spell, but I think Dusk to Dawn is just better. Gustwalker is a very good 2-drop in this format. Again, though, I'm going to take Dusk to Dawn. Right now we can get everything but Bone Picker back with the Dawn half, so that's not too bad. Well, and Winged Shepherd, it's worth noting. Well, there's Bantu the Glorified. He doesn't seem like he'll be bad in our deck. Seems like he'll be decent. Talkrop Elite's quite good. Cursed Minotaur's good, but I think Bantu will just be better. Yeah, we'll take him. I've had him a couple times now, and he's been fine. We would definitely like to pick up some Lords of the Accursed, or that's not what it is. Well, I think there is a card called Lord of the Accursed, or whatever, but the 2-mana 1/1 who makes a 2/2 zombie when it dies will fit perfectly into our deck. Another Wayward Servant. There's also Final Reward and Impeccable Timing. But I'm kind of leaning towards Wayward Servant and just pushing zombies as hard as I can. Commit to Memory is a super good card that I think people underrate a little bit. I've seen it, I mean, you know, maybe no one's in blue, but I've seen it around late like a lot. But yeah, we're going to take this Servant. We are passing some removal, which kind of sucks, but we have some already, you know. And pushing for the synergy, I think, is fine. None of the removal we've seen, like Final Reward and Impeccable Timing are both well. Final Reward is good, I think. It's definitely not quite premium removal. It's just too expensive for it to be. But I think that Impeccable Timing is kind of mediocre, though. So I don't regret that a whole lot. So we could take a Sacred Cat here, or we could take an Evolving Wilds, which coupled with our Painted Bluffs could make it so we can splash something. It's also Forsake the Worldly, which is a good sideboard card, but I think I'm going to take the Wilds. The rest of this pack is kind of devoid of anything useful for us. Okay, seeing a little bit of the same thing here. Faith of the Devoted isn't great for us. I guess we just take an Unburden. Ooh, Lord of the Accursed. I was about to say, this draft might go train wrecking on us. But we're managing to get some zombies. And some zombie synergies. That's what's important. Okay, well here we don't, I mean, you know, we've got Embalmer's Tools, but I don't think it's especially good. Jared's Resolve is better in a deck with more Exert than we've got. I might just take a Kopesh here. It's a decent little piece of equipment, and it is what I'll take. All right, those who serve number 4, sure. We have 3 zombie synergies now, so that sounds good to me. I'll take a Lay Bare the Heart. It's an okay discard spell. Okay, I might play Painful Lessons. We really need some more 2s, especially Binding Mummies, ideally. Ideally, that's what we want to see. Let's stick this over here for now. I'll play it either way, too. It just makes your mana better. That's a late Naga Vitalist. But I'm not going to play Painted Bluffs either way. I don't even like it that much for fixing, but certainly if I opened a really good off-color bomb that I could splash, like another god or something, then I'd be all for it. Tons of 3s. And ideally, I'm not going to be playing Painful Lesson or Unburden if things go the right way here. Yeah, so right now we only actually have 7 zombies. So, I mean, I guess it's not bad, but we definitely want to get into the double digits if we can do it. Guess I'll take another Bluff. And a Benefaction of Ronas. All right. So let's pick up. Oh, Liliana's Mastery. That is awesome. Okay, well, the zombie thing's working. We are giving up Cartouche of Ambition, Final Reward, and Baleful Amit, which are all good, certainly. But Liliana's Mastery is, in fact, better than all of them, even if we had no zombies. And we, in fact, have zombies, so it's even better. So we're going to take it. The one area where games might be a little weak is removal for sure. Maybe this Cartouche comes back. You know, if there's 2 other players in black, I think Baleful Amit and Final Reward will go first. So it might come back to us. But yeah, we're taking Liliana's Mastery for sure. Okay. Well, here's Doomed Dissenter, which was the card I was trying to remember the name of earlier. It's probably just what I take. I don't like Sparring Mummy that much, even in a zombie deck. It's better actually in an Exert deck. Doomed Dissenter is going to be good in our deck between Bond 2 and all the zombie stuff I have going on. Wandering Death, Supply Caravan, those are fine cards, but we need more 2s anyway, so we're very happy to take them. I mean, I may end up taking a... Oh my god. Stir the Sands and Lord of the Accursed? And another Final Reward? That's messed up. I'm going to take the other Lord of the Accursed, I think. I think. Yeah, let's do it. I would, of course, love a Stir the Sands, but... You know, what are you going to do? So we could try to splash Decimator Beetle. There are worse things. I mean, between Evolving Wilds and Painted Bluffs, I could do it. There's nothing else going on here, really. So, Scarab Feast is an okay sideboard card. We've already gotten Unburdened. So I guess I'll take the Decimator Beetle. It's unlikely that I splash him, but maybe I will. I probably would like a second Evolving Wilds or a dual land before I would feel good about splashing him. But he's, of course, a very, very good card. I doubt that Stir the Sands wheels. That would be great, but it's not going to happen for us. Miasmic Mummy, I guess. Gives us another 2-drop, and it's a zombie. So those are all good things for us. So Miasmic Mummy it is. Destined to Lead's pretty good if you're in both colors, but we're not. Stir the Sands is really good with Bantu. Anything that makes a bunch of creature tokens. I wouldn't mind getting a start to finish. I think that's what it's called. The there's a Binding Mummy, but the black, white, gold the Aftermath card. Binding Mummy for sure. I wouldn't mind an Anointer Priest either, but we actually don't have anything with Embalm yet. All of our zombies are always zombies, which is fine, but it would be nice to have a little bit of graveyard value. I guess this sort of, I mean, it doesn't have Embalm, but it's not always a zombie. Devoted Cropmate being able to get back Wayward Servant or Binding Mummy, or even Doomed Dissenter is pretty nice. Okay, Festering Mummy, sure. That also works okay with Bantu. And we have enough zombie synergies that I like Festering Mummy. And I like it more than Sparring Mummy still. Especially because we really need to get lower on our curve here. Okay, so I guess I'll take a Forsake the Worldly from my sideboard. Ketra's Name seems good in our deck, so I'll take that. Okay, so do I want another zombie? I mean, I said I don't love it, but I might play it in this deck if I have enough zombies. Or do I want a mediocre 2-drop? Or a card that gives me some graveyard value? I guess I'm going to take another zombie. Like, it may end up being the 23rd card in my deck. But maybe I'd rather just have Impeccable Timing. I don't love Impeccable Timing either, but it does give us another removal spell. I could cut Kopesh and run both, probably, and not feel too bad about it. So, something like this. Hold on to the Winged Shepherd, mostly as an early way to cycle. And, you can cast it in the late game sometimes. Okay. I think this looks reasonable. 17 creatures, that's what you want with Bantu. Never got back that Stir the Sands, but I wasn't really expecting to. Yeah. So I think this is basically our deck. I think we kind of narrowed it down while we were actually drafting. I mean, we've got some stuff that we can think about running, but I don't think we really want any of it. The Kopesh probably being the biggest thing that could make our deck. And we could think about running 16 lands, I guess. Seems a little shaky to me, though. On 16, when I have a 5. Sort of have 2 5s with Dawn. I think 17 is probably fine. Yeah, 8 and 8 seems right to me. And this will be the deck. And I'll see you guys in our first match. All right, so we're going into the first match of an Amonkhet Draft. We drafted a pretty sweet black-white zombie deck. Got lots of payoffs for it, as you can see, just in my opening hand. So I think we keep this hand. I probably play Binding Mummy first, then Lord of the Accursed. Seems like a decent sequence. All right, we'll play this Evolving Wilds. Doesn't really matter what we grab with it. Right, Initiate's Companion. Does that change my plan at all? Does that make me want instead to block with... Play Miasmic Mummy so I just have like a decent blocker? That doesn't sound terrible. I think that is what I'm going to do. Plus I have tons of lands, so making my opponent pitch something doesn't seem bad either. Got rid of an Electrify, so that doesn't hurt too much. Trial of Ambition. Okay, well now I'm, you know, still glad I didn't play something else, but yeah, my opponent can get in there. I think they're stuck on 2 lands. They would have discarded a land. Maybe they only have 1 more land, but they wouldn't have discarded a land if they had a bunch. So let's play Binding Mummy. We're drawing a bunch of lands, even if our opponent's not. We're drawing all the lands. Okay, we're going to take this again. Okay, well that kind of sucks because now I can't tap down. Ugh, another land, huh? Now I can't tap something down to attack, really. Both of our opponent's creatures are really good attackers right now. And we cannot draw another spell to save our lives. So maybe we should be running 16. Do I get in there? Offer the trade? Yeah, let's do it. Opponent may just take it. They are just going to take it. Okay, opponent's going to attack with both. I think I just take it and go to 9. What I need to draw is like Liliana's Mastery. It's interesting, he wanted him to untap rather than his Wasteland Scorpion. Okay, don't give me another land, and you gave me another land. Okay, well, we're in trouble. You know, given that we've drawn 5, 8, 10 of our lands, 13 cards into our library. That's not, it's not exactly ideal. We're going to have to kill Champion of Ronas, even though he's probably going to get to exert a free card into play here. Yeah, that's bad. Bad news. Don't think we have much hope of winning anymore. We were just, you know, overwhelmed with lands to such an extent that it just doesn't seem possible for us to win. Okay, yeah, we're dead. That was bad. That's the kind of game that makes you wish you weren't running 17 lands, even though it's probably right to do so. Maybe. I don't know. 16 might actually be right, like the more I look at this. Yeah. It probably would have been fine to run 16. I mean, my curve is pretty good. I have like 1-5, but it is sort of a knee-jerk reaction to drop to 17, but I think it's okay. I'll put in a Kopesh. Let's see if that makes any difference. I would like to play first. Okay, so now we have no lands. Of course. All right, we're going to keep this one. It ain't great, but it's all right. We're going to scry that to the bottom. 4 lands is almost enough for us to do everything in our deck. So we do have Dusk, so if our opponent gets a, you know, some large creatures out quickly, we have a chance, you know, to blow them up, but Yeah. Not having anything in the early going of this game is not great. Okay, well, now I can kill something probably, at least. Okay, I'm gonna play my bone picker. And yeah, my opponent's gonna get a land. Oh no, they're playing pouncing cheetah. That's something I can kill with Splendid Agony, so I'm not too worried about it. God, the Trial of Ambition has gotten me both games when I had one creature in play, which is not a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm going to try to play Those Who Serve instead. Because it can block Pouncing Cheetah effectively. Wow. Our opponent has had some... This is a pretty nice draw. They get their trial back, so if I do play a creature, I'm kind of screwed. They just play it again. Splendid Agony won't kill this anymore. I'm going to think I have to Dusk here, which is terrible, but that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I guess I could wait one more turn. I guess I can probably play my Those Who Serve. Yeah, let's play Those Who Serve. And leave mana up for Splendid Agony and end our turn. If he plays another big creature, then Dusk will feel a lot better. If he doesn't, I can probably kill it with Splendid Agony. Yeah, we know that's going to happen. Okay. Hits us for 4. This may be a very fast first match. It's looking that way. Okay, so we're going to hold on to Splendid Agony. Winged Shepherd, okay. Well, we just have to kill this guy, sadly. So we're going to cast Dusk. I don't really think we could buy ourselves another turn. I guess I could have played Winged Shepherd and then maybe kill whatever big creature my opponent's going to play now. Freaking, I don't know, it's just a Pitiless Vizier, which I can kill quite easily. So that's good. That's good news. Okay. So this costs 5, and I have 7, so I can't leave mana up for Splendid Agony if I do it. Ugh, I just don't have the right amount of mana to do anything that I want to do here, which is a little frustrating. Guess I'm going to play my Winged Shepherd and be willing to block Pitiless Vizier with it. See, we've still managed to draw a ton of lands in this game. Not as many as last game, but a ton of them. All right. So our opponent's going to hit us for 6 here. Opponent always has exactly what they need. Okay. Now we're going to cast Splendid Agony on this guy. And then I'm going to cast the other half of this and get my 2 Those Who Serve back. But I'm at 3, so we'll see how much that matters. Opponent may just be able to kill us outright. Not yet. But soon, probably. Yeah, I'm definitely going down to 16 lands. Knee-jerk reaction or not, but we've been having terrible land luck. And our curve probably is reasonable enough to run 16. I probably went a little overboard. Okay, we got to block them both, obviously. Luckily, we can at least kill them both if there's no trick anyway. If there's a trick... Oh god, there's a trick. Coordinated strike or whatever. +2/+2 to both your guys. Now just Splendid Agony. Okay. Well, that'll do it. That'll do the same work. Can we draw anything? I guess Liliana's Mastery and Bantu is not what we wanted to draw there. Well, that was a terrible first match. Wow. Is our deck actually bad? I don't think so. I think we had some bad luck. I think I am going to put in the Khopesh and take out a land, though. So I'll see you in the next match. All right, well, we got kind of raffle-stomped in our first match. Let's see if we can not do that. At least have a competitive game in this one. No, I mean, I think our deck's good. It just... Things didn't come together, and our opponent had a pretty sweet deck. This is a good hand. This is a good hand. We're going to keep it. Got Khopesh. Question is, do I play my Servant or my Mummy first? It's going to depend on whether my opponent plays a creature, I guess, that I want to tap down. Do need a third land pretty badly. Oh, I forgot to play my Khopesh. Oh, I'm still all shook up from the last game. Okay, so I think I do play Wayward Servant first. Opponent have Essence Scatter. They even going to let me play my Wayward Servant? Essence Scatter would be pretty gross, but it doesn't look like they have it. I'm not going to play Bantu probably for a while. Heckma Sentinels. Okay, well. I think I play Lord of the Accursed and attack here. Which will also drain my opponent for 1. Attack. Next turn, I probably play Binding Mummy and Lay Bare the Heart. Maybe Lay Bare the Heart first, see what's going on in our opponent's hand. Bantu's kind of just the kind of card I can play that will... Oh, man. Now your Heckma Sentinels is pretty big. It's the kind of card I was going to say that I can play and just sort of have like a blocker and a little bit of extra value in the late game. Yeah, now we can't really attack. I mean, we can with the help of our Khopesh, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to Lay Bare the Heart first. And which of these do I least want to see? Probably the Vizier. It can do a lot more work. Winds of Rebuke can definitely bounce something like my Lord, which would be annoying, but I think we get rid of the Vizier. We do pump his guy for the turn, but we're not attacking anyway. So then we're going to play Binding Mummy. And we're going to end our turn. So we know he has 1 Winds of Rebuke in his hand. We'll take 3. Ooh, nice. We're going to play my second Wayward Servant. All right, opponent scooped. So that was very different than our first match. That the opponent was just like, dear God, all these zombies. Didn't see any of our zombie... Well, we did see... We just didn't get any creatures, basically, in our last match, despite running 17 of them. It's the 16 lands that did it, you know? All right, so... I don't think Unburden... We didn't see enough to know if Unburden's really going to be good or Forsake the Worldly, so... I don't think we change anything. I do like bringing in Forsake the Worldly against some people. Especially the freaking pseudo... what's it called? Icy Manipulator card that with the brick counters. I can't remember what it's called, even though I draft it all the time and I love the card. So we probably just cycle our Winged Shepherd on turn 1 and then play Wayward Servant and then Lord of the Accursed. It's pretty basic. We'll leave the white mana up, sort of bluff that we can actually do something. Okay, I wonder if our opponent has Essence Scatter this time. Okay, well, we're about to find out. Yeah, I think they do. Nope, they just cycled Lake Lame in response. I'm okay with that. See, curving out with zombies is what we should be doing. Oh, Trial of Zeal. Goodbye, Wayward Servant. All right, well, Lord of the Accursed then. Okay, there's an okay chance my opponent has a trick, but because I have Dusk Till Dawn, I'm feeling a little reckless. So let's just get in there. All right, we're just gonna get in there. How about that? And because I have the mana to do it, I think I just play Sparring Mummy here, even though it will die if I cast Dusk at some point, but that's okay. It's also a 4/4, so. Actually, more of my creatures die now to Dusk because of Lord of the Accursed's enhancement. Okay, well, first match was very fast and we lost. Second match was incredibly fast and we won. So it's going to be a short draft. So we do get to improve our record a little bit. Up to 34-22 after losing our first match. And on to the final match where hopefully some magic is actually played, because I guess so far you haven't really seen any. Okay, well, we have a bad hand that we're going to have to mulligan here in our final match. Our opponent mulliganed too, though, so it feels a little less bad. This one's fine. This one is fine. And we will get to draw, like, even if we play Revolving Wilds. Yeah, I think we go ahead and take another land. I feel fine about another land. So if we can go Miasmic Mummy, probably discard Winged Shepherd to it, because I'm kind of going to need these lands. If I draw a fourth land, I'll discard a land to Miasmic Mummy for sure. We have double white. I don't think we have... No, we do have double black too. We have them both. Got them both. So let's sacrifice our Revolving Wilds. Look at my deck real quick. Yeah, we have one double black, and we have double white here, so it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. None of them are early drops. I guess I'll get the swamp, though. Okay, we didn't draw another land, but maybe I discard Lay Bare the Heart instead of... No, I feel like Lay Bare the Heart will be decent later. Let's just play this Mummy and discard our Shepherd. Opponent probably just discards a land. But we can play Lord of the Accursed next turn and swing through most things that our opponent could play here. We're also going to see if our opponent has counter magic, basically. I could Lay Bare the Heart first, but I don't think I want to. Good. That's good news. All right, let's get in there with the Mummy. Okay. So next turn I might think about Lay Baring the Heart, just so I can get an idea of what's going on in my opponent's hand, especially if he doesn't do anything, which it looks like that's happening. So let's go ahead and find out what's going on in here, in this hand. Oh, God. Oh, my God. This hand is disgusting. Oh, man. I don't like any of these cards. Oh, I think I got to hit the Vizier. Commit will be good and annoying for us, but the Vizier will enable him to play Decimator Beetle. It'll enable him to do all kinds of disgusting things. Commit to Memory is disgusting, but I think we got to hit the Vizier. That is a nasty hand. My God. That is not... That doesn't bode well for us. I kind of regret looking, because now I'm just like, what's the point? If our opponent can't hit a fourth land, we may be able to get them low enough early that it won't matter. So far, that seems to be what we're doing. Okay, so... Do I attack with both and then use Innocatcher's Name to get that blocker out of the way? Probably not. I probably hold on to Innocatcher's Name for other purposes. So we're just going to attack with this guy again. I'm going to play Those Who Serve. Give us another attacker. Opponent keeps missing on their 4th land, and we're pretty lucky for it because he has commit in his hand. Okay, we've got impeccable timing now. So we're going to attack with everybody because in the event my opponent's just like, whatever, I take it, I can just use Amonkhet's name to win. So because it'll make it 5, yeah, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, math. They're both 10, and this, yeah. So it will be lethal if my opponent just decides to take this. They're not going to, though. All right, I could use impeccable timing, but I think I'd rather play Bantu. All right, well, we won that game despite our opponent's filthy hand because they just couldn't draw 4th land. So it doesn't feel great. You still haven't really seen any Magic played. It's been all lopsided games one way or another. So we do have some idea of what our opponent has. Unburden doesn't seem like a terrible choice. Oh, that hand. That hand was messed up. And I could cut like my Winged Shepherd for an Unburden. Yeah, I think I will. Okay, this hand's not bad. I think I keep it. It's not an excellent one, but it's not bad either. I'm on the draw too. I mean, turn 1 Khopesh, Those Who Serve on turn 3. There's worse things. This time I'm actually going to remember to play my Khopesh too. We know our opponent has a bunch of creatures that just die to dawn, by the way, which is nice to know. Like, all the creatures he had in his hand die to dawn, dusk, rather. So that's not something I'm upset about. Okay, well, we don't have anything else to do, so let's take a look. My God, he has 2 Commit to Memories, a Cartouche of Knowledge, a Decimator Beetle. I can kill the beetle. I think getting rid of one of these is probably fine. Yeah, let's get rid of one of those. Because I can kill the beetle. Having to deal with 1 Commit to Memory is like enough, you know? They're going to attack me, I'm assuming, rather than loot here. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to play Those Who Serve in my turn. Opponent's going to bash us. So they have mana for commit, and we know it. So that's something we can play around to some degree. All right, Naga Oracle. Because commit will make it, it basically counters a spell. But it's even, yeah, it's messed up. And the memory half, you know, I've had this card a few times. I had 2 copies of it once, and it was pretty awesome. And now our opponent's doing it. Our opponent's deck is stacked, too. They have Vizier of the Menagerie. It is a scary deck. Okay, so I'm going to equip Khopesh to one of you. Which, yes, does mean you'll die if I ever cast Dusk, but whatever. Play Those Who Serve in my turn. So, opponent still has mana for commit, of course. And they can sort of just leave it up, because I right now can't punch through. They're going to play Colossopede, okay. Yeah. And in my turn, I can kill Colossopede with Amonkhet's name if I have to. I might have to. He's not going to attack me, though. Nope. I'll take 2 again. Joy. What a joy. Okay, we're going to try to play Wayward Servant here. And I think there's a significant chance that it's just going to get countered. But if it doesn't... And it doesn't go to my graveyard either, which I wouldn't mind because of Dusk Till Dawn. Oh, he has Essence Scatter now, too. Wonderful. How wonderful. I could cast Dusk now, but it would just kill this and this. I will get this back now when I cast my Dawn half, but I think we just got to end the turn. Got to find another way to draw out Commit, which playing Innoketcher's Name would probably do if my opponent ever decides to attack with his Colossopede. I guess he can't really. Oh, he is. He's going to attack. Okay. Bring the thunder. I will block you. Then I'm going to try to play Innoketcher's Name, which I'm guessing will get countered if I commit. And then on my turn, I can cast Dusk to at least kill the Colossopede. And that's all it'll kill, but there are worse things. So we're going to cast Dusk, kill the Colossopede, put Horned Khopesh here. And right now we can get back 2 creatures. No, we can only get back 1 creature with Dawn, but it is a good one. Like if I don't draw a permanent this turn, that's what I'll be doing for sure. So, so I can play Decimator Beetle now. That's bad. Very bad. Very, very bad. Yeah, my those who serve are not serving me very well right now against the Naga Oracle. So yeah, he's gonna play Decimator Beetle now. We need to find a way to put an end to that. Yeah, here he comes, Beetle. Wow. Just have an army of those who serve. Which can actually pretty effectively block the Beetle right now. So at least there's that. But we're still going to die to a Flying Seeker of Insight at this rate. So this has been the most real Magic game so far. And we're getting stomped. So Illusory Wrappings. Okay, well that's going to make it harder to kill that stupid Beetle. Oh, Crocodile Crossing. I think we're dead. Like, super dead. Yeah, we're dead. There's no point in drawing that out. Unless Liliana's Master is on top of my library. Nope, Wayward Servant number 2. Okay, so, still like the idea of Unburden. Our opponent has all these big fatties, so leaving that in. Yeah, that's basically all we can do. We can bring in our Decimator Beetle. We're not gonna, though. But still, even though it was sort of, you know, at least a game that lasted more than 5 minutes, it was pretty one-sided. So these games have been interesting. Very, very high variance. All right. I would like to play first. And another mulligan hand. Jesus. This is frustrating. I think because we have a cycler, I might keep it, but God, is it bad. No, we got to go down to 5. Okay. As far as five card hands go, this is a pretty good one. We do need to draw super well. We know our opponent's deck is completely stacked, so mulliganing to 5 was not the start I was hoping for. They cycle a River Serpent. Turn 2 Seeker of Insight every game. Ooh, if we can get there. If we can get there on the mana, that is going to be very strong. Problem is, I also have this freaking Miasmic Mummy in my hand. I don't really want to play it right now. It's horrible in a hand where you had to mulligan to 5 to begin with, and you don't have extra lands lying around. And that's what we have. Okay, well, let's attack with both. I might pitch in Oketcher's name. But if I can get a block here, yeah, I don't hate just doing this. We've really got to, like, our Zombie Lord would be good. A Swamp and a Plains would be fine. I would take it. Take it all day. Ah, Vizier of the Menagerie. Well, that's a Plains. So I could play my Mummy and discard my Liliana's Mastery, but that just seems so bad to get in for 4 there. So our opponent can play the top card of their stupid library. Wow, they're multi-splash. They can be with Vizier and Gift of the whatchamacallit that they've had. And they also have Orashra Cultivator, I think. God. Not what I wanted to see. A Swamp would be really helpful here. I would tap down both his creatures and swing for 6. Okay, well, there are worse things. There are worse things, but not a lot of them. Not a lot of them. Yeah, these games have been very weird. My deck has either been incredible or hasn't, not good at all. Like we've had to mulligan a lot. It's been, and then we've had hands where it's just like our opponent has to scoop on turn 4. Like this isn't that far off from the constructed black-white zombie deck. We've got a lot of the same pieces. Okay, we're probably dead. Even if we draw the Swamp we need, well, maybe not. Because that will get us in for a bunch of damage. Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, to be fair, the first game that we managed to win was, you know, our opponent's hand was completely stacked. They just couldn't do anything. I think I am going to play my Mummy now. Oh, they killed my Binding Mummy. I forgot about that. That was a bad move on my part. Ugh, Essence Scatter. Yeah, we're done, I think. I mean, our opponent has stupid value in play with these 2 cards. So we end up going 1 and 2 with what was a very, very good zombie deck. You know, we hit sort of all the check marks you want on a zombie deck, but variance is a part of the game. Sometimes you have great decks that go 0 and 2 even, and mediocre decks that go 3 and 0. So I guess if I draw Dusk, I have a chance here, but that's about it. It'll kill both of these. Yep, we're just going to take 7. Opponent probably has Commit in their hand, though, so even if we draw Dusk, we're probably dead. Okay, now we really need to draw Dusk because they're playing some huge... What just happened? They tapped all their mana and didn't play anything. I think they made a mistake, but I'll take it. Just in my turn. Gives me another turn to draw Dusk, because if they were about to play the 7/7 Worm, I wouldn't have been able to block it, and I would just be dead. I would just be dead. Now I'm not dead. All right, so we're gonna block and block. This will be a fast draft video. No, we didn't get what we needed. I guess we still technically have a turn to do it, especially because we have Liliana's Mastery. So we're not dead yet. But if they had commit there, we would have been. But luckily they didn't. But we're not in great shape either. So opponent's just like drawing extra cards basically with Vizier of the Menagerie. So we really need... I wish this had 3 power right now, because even if we draw Dusk, our opponent can just... Okay. Where are you going to put the -1/-1 counter? You're going to put it there. That is a place that makes sense to put it. Okay, now he does have 3 power. I think I'm going to try to kill the beetle. Just take 7 and hope that things work out. I think that's my plan. I mean, we're dead anyway. Like, if I block and he has a trick to blow out my Sparring Mummy, I'm just dead. So let's do that. So like, if he has a trick to kill me, I'm also dead. But I would basically be dead if he didn't, is what I'm saying. Okay. We're going to go to 1. Trial of Strength. God, we need Dusk so badly right now. So badly. We still have a little bit of time to draw it, but time is running short. So let's lay bare the heart on our opponent. You gonna commit that? Oh God, what do you have in your hand? Oh, you're doing it to my token. Now we are dead. Yeah. All right. Well, those were really weird matches. We got stomped in the ones we lost, and we were fairly dominant in the ones we won. And my record has not improved very much today. Didn't improve at all. It got worse. So I'll see you guys for next week's draft, another Amonkhet draft. Soon, I think, by the time this goes up, it'll be Hour of Devastation time. I'm actually recording this in May because I'm actually out of town basically for all of June, but I think when this goes up, it'll almost be Hour of Devastation. And I'll be recording those drafts as well. So thanks for watching. Don't forget my content's sponsored in part by 5colorcombo.com. They have a great app to help you practice drafting. They have a great store where you can use my discount code NEEDZone5 to get a 5% discount. Thanks for watching.